Ever pondered why states required blood tests for marriage licenses? No, it has nothing to do with an Oedipal fear of unknowingly marrying a close relative. The roots of this practice lie in an equally uncomfortable subject: sexually transmitted diseases. In the 1930s, a public health crisis was brewing due to rapidly increasing syphilis rates. The problem was exacerbated by the societal taboo around discussing such diseases. U.S. Surgeon General Thomas Parran Jr. launched a nationwide campaign in 1936 to educate the public about venereal disease, often shortened to VD. The campaign involved posters, films, cartoons, stamps, and even a social health exhibit at the 1939 World's Fair in New York. In 1938, the Venereal Disease Control Act was passed, distributing $3 million among federal and state governments for research and testing. However, Parran's campaign also perpetuated misinformation about how sexually transmitted infections could spread and oversaw an unethical experiment in Tuskegee, Alabama, withholding syphilis treatment from several hundred black men without their informed consent. Amidst this heightened awareness and misinformation, states began passing laws requiring couples to undergo blood tests before applying for marriage licenses. By 1944, 30 states had enacted such legislation, and the majority of American citizens supported these initiatives, according to Gallup polls throughout the 1930s and 1940s. After the syphilis crisis subsided, states repurposed premarital blood tests to screen for other diseases like tuberculosis, rubella, and HIV. However, these tests were not cost-effective. For instance, the nation spent approximately $80 million on premarital syphilis tests, only to find 456 positive cases. A 1989 study revealed that Illinois spent $2.5 million on HIV tests for prospective newlyweds in the first 6 months of the program, yielding just 8 positive results out of 70,846 tests. By the late 20th century, states began repealing their premarital blood testing laws, realizing that they were not a cost-effective method for disease screening. However, this process was slow, with Montana being the final state to repeal its law. In summary, the history of mandatory premarital blood testing in the United States is rooted in the public health crisis of the 1930s caused by syphilis. While initially supported by the majority of citizens, these laws were eventually repealed due to their cost ineffectiveness and the realization that they did not significantly aid in disease control. This journey through time reveals how public health policies evolve in response to societal needs and scientific understanding.